What's up, y'all? I am Skylar Reed.
What's up, y'all? I'm Ebony.
Welcome to Pitch.
Please.
All right. How you feeling today, Ebony?
I'm feeling good. Glad to be here. It's a beautiful day outside in the Atlanta area.
It is.
Yeah, it really is.
It is nice. Might have to take a walk with my dog later.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, let's check in. How you doing?
Ooh, after what we just went through setting up, I'm gonna say a 5. But I'll get there. Overall, I actually been feeling really good lately these days. Things are coming together in all aspects of life. So I would say a good 9.
Nice. I love that.
Thank you.
I like to
What
break
about
it
you?
down to I would say personally I'm doing better. So I would say maybe an 8. Professionally, 8.5, 9. What other aspects? Spiritually, I'm doing well. I'm taking more time for myself. So 8.5, 9. So we're just going to say a 9 all the way around.
A
doing
9?
well. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. We're both on the same page today.
Yeah.
I would say yes, the same. 9 all the way around, all the different aspects.
Yeah.
I'm pretty feeling good about everything and all the pieces in my life. So let's talk about the music to our ears. What have you been listening to these days?
You know, I am going to look it up on Apple Music and see what has been in my playlist because honestly, the stuff I'm listening to sometimes is like what I'm teaching. And then, I learned to love it. So it's like when Apple Music pulls up your mix, it's like a combination of this craziest stuff. I'm like, I don't listen to this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've been working with this.
Yeah.
The other day, I was in the shower and I was listening to Erykah Badu, Danger.
Ooh.
That song is a bop.
Okay.
And I was like, I miss this. I like with singers like her, I feel like I miss the point till you get old and you're like, that was deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say the other day, maybe a week ago, I was I had Rain by SWV just stuck on my mind.
That's wild.
I was just oh, let me just sing. I was in Walmart just singing the song, just enjoy and bliss. This was a good song. And
Rain was playing in Walmart?
No, it was just in my head. Just in my head on repeat. And then I got in the car and played it and I was like, okay, maybe I need to go back and listen to some older music. Recently I discovered someone. Who was it? I'm doing a show next week and this person I'm singing background for, he introduced me to an artist basically through his set list. It was oh, this artist. So I was listening to this set list and I'm like, this artist, his voice is amazing. And I'm thinking it's somebody from the 70s or 80s. That's what I'm thinking based off of the sound of the song.
Right.
This guy, his name is Colin Miller and the Brother Nature.
Where is he at?
Right here. Colin Miller and the Brother Nature. And
Okay,
I went
cool.
on Instagram yesterday and I was like, oh, this isn't from the 70s. He's not an old man. This guy's probably in his 20s or 30s.
I love how it recycles like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes, especially when we need it. And honestly, right now, we need a little recycling of some good music.
It's some blues, funky. It was soulful. It's soul singer. And I just loved how he just throws his voice. Similar to the guy that I'm singing for, just throws his voice. He's just I won't say no vocal technique because his voice, sometimes you don't use vocal technique and in certain genres. He's just growling and belting and doing high notes, and it was just really cool. So I actually went to the gym and listened to his whole album yesterday.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what some new music, and I'm proud of myself for dabbling into some new people because I usually listen to the same people all the time.
When you were talking about listening to SWV and Week, and I thought it was playing in Walmart, that doesn't happen everywhere else. That's an ATL thing. You be in Kroger listening to Luther Vandross.
They have some good playlists.
It's insane. And then you go to another state and they're like, and I'm like, oh.
Atlanta's turned everywhere you go. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's get into the tea room. So there's some new tea happening in the world. So recently, Lizzo dropped a video on TikTok about the state of the industry and talking about the algorithm and how major artists, we aren't really seeing them. And there wasn't really a song of the summer, basically.
That's what she said,
Yeah, there wasn't really a song of the summer. And apparently she released a whole album over the summer. And I had no idea, but I don't really check for Lizzo like that. But still, I haven't heard her anywhere. So I took it upon myself to listen to the album. So we can talk about that in a second because that was interesting. But I just thought that video, that TikTok was interesting, what she was talking about. She was saying every major artist dropped music and people don't know it because she believes no one can serve the masses anymore. So it was just interesting because there are like so many artists. So I thought we could take a listen to that clip and chat about it.
If you are upcoming in this industry, you should watch this video. The music industry is in complete shambles right now, and you can use that to your advantage. Back in the day, the music industry was very algorithmic, as any other industry was, but that industry was controlled to a certain extent. Now that we are in the digital streaming age, there is no control over the algorithm. And it is stressing people the fuck out, myself included. Every major artist besides Beyonce has dropped music this year, or is planning to drop music this year, or has featured on somebody's record this year. I dropped a mixtape over the summer. I had SZA and Doja Cat on it, and I just dropped the deluxe to my mixtape today. And yet there are still people who don't even know I dropped music. Every major artist from Lady Gaga to Drake has dropped albums this year, and yet everyone is saying there's no song of the summer. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. It's not because the music isn't incredible. It's because the way that the algorithm is set up, no one can serve the masses anymore. This industry used to be based on serving the masses. Basically like servicing your song out to certain channels and certain radio stations. The internet space wasn't so congested. There was a clear channel back in the day for major artists to put their music out and serve the masses. Now you have to serve your people. I started a private page just for my fans, Lizzo IRL, and it has been one of the most incredible experiences for me as an artist. It gives me an opportunity to talk to my fans one-on-one and give them the exclusives, share music with them, share my deep thoughts with them. My deep thoughts are not on my main page anymore. And that allows me to have a dialogue with the people who actually give a fuck about me. Because with this algorithm, just putting your music out 9 times out of 10 is not even going to reach.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm watching now.
So well said.
Yeah. I have lots of thoughts about what she said. I was wondering that, like, randomly, I had a birthday this summer. Shout out to the Leos. And I was putting together like this whole playlist, and I was like, damn, I'm like pulling from the past, and I had a theme to it. So, but I wasn't able to like think of like what is like popping right now. So it was like a fleeting thought. So it's interesting she said that. And the things that come to mind to me are definitely TikTok songs. Like, I have one daughter. How many? You haven't heard that song?
I don't see trends.
Oh my God.
Like that. So no.
This dude, he takes terrible dating conversations and then he turns it into like songs, and they are so hot. And the song goes, I have one daughter.
That's a funny concept.
He said, I understand that, but is she by the same father? It's hilarious. And sadly, because you haven't heard it, you wouldn't know. It's so funny.
I know that trend.
It's so funny.
Like people when dating and you have children, like people kind of like, yeah.
The whole idea was this dude kept asking her, like, how many baby dads do you have? And she was like, I have one daughter.
One daughter.
And he's like, how many? I understand that, but is she by the same father? Yeah. So, anyway, that's what's popping right now.
Yeah.
And
it's not mainstream music. And
no.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
So, it's like, it's what she's saying is correct. Like, I do believe you have to create your own community and your own bubble. And I know it looks ugly right now, but I think there's a lot of benefits to doing it that way, because if we're honest, it wasn't completely working before anyway.
People getting ripped off.
Yeah, like it was broken before the algorithm.
Yeah, it's like now artists have more of a chance to actually make something of their careers.
More control.
More chances to make some money.
So you just it's just a perspective shift and a reframe.
Yeah.
But I agree. Like I was definitely like, some songs would pop up and I'd be like, oh, Drake came out.
Yeah.
Oh, he back.
Right. Honestly,
and I was like, is this new or old?
I
and
never
then,
know.
You know, and you don't know. You're like, is this a new song? Is this an old song?
Yeah.
You have to go and actually research.
Look. I don't
Yeah.
listen to the radio these days, honestly. So I
don't either.
I don't know what's happening. I listen to the same
Does anybody listen to the
playlist.
radio?
Y'all listen?
I
No?
listen to Zen radio.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay. Curated.
Rachel says she listens to Accent.
Yeah.
Anthony says no.
No.
I don't
yeah,
either.
I just don't. I listen to Tidal, and I have playlists, and Tidal knows my vibes. And yesterday I was in the gym listening I listen to like Cardi B radio and like Glorilla and stuff when I'm in the gym. It might be some Migos and some different things. But this 2 Chainz song popped up. It was like 2 Chainz and Kendrick or something. And I was like, this sounds new. Like, ooh, like I was bopping. And then come to find out it was put out in 2019. I was like, oh. So you can't keep up with things. I love that Lizzo spoke so vulnerably about this state. I've never seen her. I don't watch her content like that, so I don't know how she shows up. But I never saw her like just come without all the, the makeup and the hair and all of that and just talk to the people.
She does.
That's cool. I love that. And I feel like that is the state of where we are with artistry. Mainstream's doing it. Indie's doing it. Like that's what people want to see. Chloe Bailey, she's showing us her production behind the scenes of making productions for herself, for other artists possibly. So it's just kind of cool to see. And even myself, I had a meeting earlier with my assistant, Anthony, talking about what I need to do, being more vulnerable, being okay sharing. It's hard because I kind of wish it was like the olden days where, we didn't know what Anita Baker did with her free time. We didn't know how many kids she had. We didn't know if she had a husband. We didn't know. Beyonce, nothing. She's like probably the last of that generation where it's like, we don't know what that lady does. And I kind of wish it was like that because I'm private, but I understand that it's not the world we're in right now.
And I think you'll have to balance of who you are, who you present to people, by giving them a bit but keeping some to yourself. I think that too when it comes to listening to Apple Music or Tidal, and they know what you want, that and the algorithm can keep you in a box.
It can.
So we're seeing that in every aspect. Like even if you take it outside of music, AI, the algorithm is giving you what you want to hear, which it's creating this world of everyone is right.
Yeah.
It's a disaster.
Go on ChatGPT for some advice. And
yes.
It'll take you down the rabbit hole.
Yes. It will take you down the rabbit hole about, you should have murdered them, It's like,
it's all right.
Maybe not kill people.
God still loves you.
Hey, forgiveness was written in every major book in religion. Count on that. More power to you.
Yeah.
So that part is dangerous even when it comes to music, because then we are not being stretched. And
yes, that's true. I definitely want to challenge myself to just get outside of my box, because I know I listen to the same Summer Walker songs, Ella Mai songs. I love my music that I listen to, but it's just we have to. I think also as connoisseurs of music, we have to go searching for the amazing artists that are out there. Like, I'm happy that I found this guy, because I'm like, oh wow, now I have a new artist I can listen to. Even the artists that I come across in Atlanta that are just my peers in a sense, I'm just like, wow, yeah, this was actually good. Let me add this to my playlist. Like, there are great artists out there. There's great music. And I think it's just, we're in the age now where people aren't looking to mainstream, aren't looking to what's on the radio. They're looking to their community and seeing what's actually happening.
You think of a song that might be a song of the summer, since we don't really have
I have one daughter. I understand, but it's
Sounds
she
like
by
country.
the same
To
father.
me, a
It's
country
not.
song can't be the song.
He knows it. She knows it.
Texas Hold'em. That probably came out way before. What was my song? What came out in the summer?
the radio.
January you come. Dun-dun-dun. That song with Justin Bieber.
That just came out.
It's still summer. We are still in summer. That's been out at least a month. No, it does. That's
they
spring.
do. Absolutely.
There
There is no summer song.
Lizzo was right. I don't know. I do not know. Ooh, they not like us. No.
No,
Boots
last
on the
year.
Ground. Boots on the Ground could be the summer song.
That came
They
out
were kind
like.
of like in winter.
That came like in spring. Because I left the school year dancing to that.
Like Boots on the Ground.
Yeah. Nah. I mean, maybe if I listen to the radio one day, I could probably figure it out. But No.
Yeah,
Not something
and
everyone's, like,
I'd love to hear
excited
from
about.
viewers, like what if you listen to the radio,
Yeah.
what was popping on the radio? Because the few times I've turned it on, it's such a recycling of the same thing that I immediately am like, all right, that's been 5 minutes enough.
That's what I meant.
That's enough.
Just one song, 1.5 songs, and I'm good.
Yeah.
That's all I need. Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's get into the meat of the show. Unmuted.
Unmuted.
We are going to talk about the recording process, how it can be so pressuring. You know, you want to be free and just feel the music, but recording is low-key a little stressful. Just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that I have recorded, but I have not recorded as much as Skylar. I'm more of a live singer, musical theater and jazz and all of that. But when I train singers to get ready for recording, I think it all comes down to that personal work, because my experience with recording is it's like an old football, and I think this was in Remember the Titans, where it's like you got to recover quick. You got to recover quick. It's not going to sound perfect. It's going to sound different than what you did live. It's a very different technique, and you cannot just sit on the mistakes. It's like again, you know. Mm-hmm. And the more that you're like in your head about how many mistakes you've made, like the less you'll lose the energy, the more you'll lose the energy, and the downhill you'll go. So to me, it still goes back to like, are you prepared? Are you ready? And are you like aligned?
Yeah, I love that. I think recording a lot is like a performance on stage. I prepare just as much for it. For me, the process is all about how I want to deliver the song. Mm-hmm. So I think the pressure and the stress comes from maybe not being prepared. Not the same way with performers. Usually people are more afraid of the stage or more nervous about performing because they haven't practiced it to perfection. They don't feel confident in their delivery. I feel like if you practice recording the same way with performing, the more you practice, the more it'll just come out as natural as it should and will. I have a really interesting recording process. When I'm working on an album or a single or whatever, I record a demo before I record the actual song. So like I record twice, because some people, they go in there and they just record or they freestyle or whatever, and they just get it out. And they might make 10 tracks in a day, whatever. I can't do all that. I record the demo. I live with it. I analyze it. I'm like, okay, these are the harmonies. This is the ad-libs I want to do. I kind of really dissect and practice it, live with it. I might even perform the song a few times before I record it, because it might come out differently in how I want it to be delivered. So when I actually record it, besides the technical, like, oh, these are the harmonies and this and that, I know the song. I have it committed to memory because I've listened to it a million times. And I think that's a thing too, just like performing. If you are thinking about what's the note and how's the rhythm of this part, you're not really delivering and flowing as much as you want. So I think for me, just having the preparation helps me have no pressure at all when it's recording season. And that's how I try to help my recording artists, and when I've done vocal production and things like that, just making sure that they are able to emote and feel comfortable and confident, and they're prepared. They're not just jumping in. I actually have a student right now in London recording an album that I've worked with for the past year in preparation for, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna feel it, and I'm like, yeah, just feel the emotions of these lyrics, and you'll be straight, because you got the technical side down. So
yeah, absolutely.
Like there's more grace in recording than there might be live?
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
You got one chance on stage,
yeah.
But it also depends on like the time frame. So this person in London, she's there for a certain amount of days. She doesn't have all day to she has time. She has to get it done. So in that 8 hours, usually I do a 4-hour session for one song. It's a little bit of pressure if you're not prepared and you're like, oh gosh, what do I do? I heard someone say, I don't know where I heard this, but they were like, oh, maybe the first hour of the recording session, I'm feeling it out and stuff. For me, it's like, no, I'm not wasting that first hour feeling it out. Like I'm coming ready.
Yeah,
with
it's
the
a waste of
out.
Money.
Money.
It's a waste of money in that sense. So I do think it's like you, when you perform, it's, it's one and done. And when you record, you have a little bit more breathing room to make changes. But if you, like, piggybacking off of what Skylar said, if you don't really have a preparation routine, and everybody's can be a little bit different, but there are some things that just work better than others, then you're going to waste your time. You're going to waste your money. You're going to waste your team's money. The other thing is, it's super important to have the right team when you record. I get so many singers that come in and they're like, yeah, I recorded a demo, and I already be like, oh, here we go. And so I hear she like, and it's not balanced and it sounds crazy, and I'm like, cool, where'd you record? I get that information, and she was like, and I'm like, okay, did you have a vocal producer? No, I was just an engineer. I was like, does he sing? No. Understood. Very clear.
Understood.
Because you need a vocal producer.
It helps.
Yeah.
If
you are not at the point where you can do it on your own.
Yes.
Which I think eventually you need one anyway, because you just need a different perspective.
It's helpful.
Yeah. But like, you got to make sure you have the pieces, because otherwise you wasted a couple $1,000 and it sounds crazy. And that engineer is only required to press the button, re-record. Like it's not that,
Yes.
Unless you have the really good ones.
They're
not there for
all of the extra stuff.
Yeah, they're not there to give you, all their opinions and stuff like that when it's not a part of your team.
Yeah.
And that's another story. Like, having a team is super important. But that vocal production is huge.
It is.
If I get one more demo that sound crazy.
A few years ago, I did an album with another vocal coach, and she was a pianist producer, and she vocal coached me. And at the time, I was just like, okay, let's just do it just because. But I actually gained so much from that as a vocal coach. It's like sometimes you're like, oh, like, it's okay, like, I know what notes, but she heard harmonies and she heard things I didn't hear, and I'm like, this is cool. Yeah, so just having another mind, it's so helpful.
And there is differences between vocal coaching and vocal producing. Sometimes I get called in to vocal produce. I would not call myself the leading vocal producer, but I can definitely come in and do my thing thizzle, But I'm a big person. I'm a big believer in staying in your lane, like really knowing what you're really good at and doing that. You veer a little bit is cool. But understanding that you may need someone that helps you with arrangements and harmony and even some songwriting, like that's a different skill set.
It is.
Which I'm able to do, but there are some that are really great at it.
Cool. Let's bust the myth.
All right, let's do it.
Tea or honey coats your vocal cords. What do you think?
Obvious. Well, I should not do that. Y'all forgive me. I do not mean to say obviously. It's only because I know, I know the vocal anatomy, which is really important for you as a singer. Even if it's like, just go online, look how the body's made, because you'll understand more about what's happening, because it's an abstract thing you're doing. This thing is like, it's not extremely tangible. So the tea or honey does not coat the vocal cords.
So my throat coat tea that I drink every time before I perform, that's not really coating?
No.
So they're lying to us. I love my throat coat.
Your throat.
It is.
But
not the actual vocal cords. Because what are the vocal cords like tystrings inside of our throat? Like, what are they?
No.
What is it?
It's a fold, and they're a musculature type of organ. We've got organs like our diaphragm and our folds that are a little bit different, can't just be categorized as a muscle or as cartilage. So it's a phenomenon. It's different. So,
I love that. It's a phenomenon.
It is.
Yes.
So they are separate from your throat. They actually help keep the liquid out of your lungs and such. So
it's like tissue, and
But it will help. It will make it feel. You might make you feel better if you're sick, for sure. Which may make singing easier because you feel better.
Yes, I think honey. I always suggest if you have a phlegm, you want to wash that away with lemon, and if you have a dry throat, you want to moisturize your throat with honey.
I agree.
So
and then so much of this is common sense, right? So you think
for some.
Yeah. Well, no. Let me tell you. So it's not to be condescending. Let me tell you. So you think if you want hydration, you think melons, you think watermelon, cantaloupe, that's juicy fruit, right? But if you want, or if you need something that's to thin out the mucus, if you're sick or you have a cold and you need an astringent, we think lemons, grapefruit,
Yes.
oranges.
Yes. Acidic.
See?
Yeah.
Told
Yes.
you. So it's just about thinking, and ginger is really good for both.
I love
You know what's a
ginger.
great balance? Like before you're going to sing or before you're going to do a voice lesson and you're hungry, an absolute great balanced snack is an apple. Right? Common sense.
It's a little acidic. Yes, that's good.
And
And it's
juicy.
healthy and juicy. So there was this one time I went to Chick-fil-A before a voice lesson.
No, you didn't.
And I got a lip. I did because, you know, sometimes I just
didn't.
be doing me, y'all. I know better, but I got me a lemonade.
Oh, yeah.
And then I went to my voice lesson and I was like, my voice is not giving. And I had to say, I'm sorry, vocal coach. I know exactly what I did. So sorry.
Let me tell you, the lemonade with the sugar is almost worse than the shakes. Like, it is
yes.
crazy.
Oh,
I don't know
yes.
what that is about. Maybe it's so much sugar, but like the mucus just comes up.
Yeah, it's not.
Absolutely.
I think so. And the
the
lemon was
cold.
just so weird. It's like I didn't need all it. And it's not real. It's not. I don't know how healthy their lemonade
Yeah,
is.
and the
Yeah.
cold too before you sing. Don't do that. You
Oh,
gotta
yes.
warm up your liquids.
Yes,
Before you sing.
You know, sometimes I just don't do what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, me neither.
As
Like,
we all,
I will
you know,
pop
we're
some
human.
chocolate in the minute before singing and be like,
Yeah. I've had a drink or two before hitting the stage, but I try to do a celebratory drink normally. So yeah.
if tea and honey don't coat the vocal cords, then what can we do to immediately hydrate the vocal cords?
That's a really good question. To immediately. I feel like, well, I know that water takes hours.
Water
before.
takes hours.
So
So-
I'm like, I don't know, Ebony.
So if you're thinking if air is what's going through the vocal cords, right? Obviously, because when you
Oh
sing,
gosh, yes. I know where you're
Steam.
getting at. I know where you're getting at.
you can steam your voice. That's why you hear about the Mariah Careys and stuff wanting their steamers. I have a portable steamer. You can buy them. They're inexpensive. They're like $30. You can use your C charger and charge them up. Use distilled water. You can put essential oils and stuff in there. But anyway, that if you really feel like your folds are dry, steam your voice. If you don't have a steamer, you can get a hot towel, breathe through the hot towel.
Yeah.
You can boil some water, breathe through the boiled water. Good for your skin.
Yeah.
That is what will do it instantly.
Think about during COVID when people would boil like all the herbs and stuff and like put their head over there and they would
did
just let
that.
the steam. It's similar to that. It's like it flushes everything out.
Yep.
No, that obviously, yes, that's a great answer, Ebony.
Yeah.
To your question. I have had it on my to get list for a second. Like I need to do that for myself. Because it's sometimes needed where it's like I know my voice is just not up to par a certain day and I need that.
Right.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Vocal Vault. Glad that you're here today. We are talking about emotions versus technique. So I want to ask you, do you feel like emotions is more important than technique, or like which should come first?
As a classically trained vocalist, I think that you should have technique before anything. Emotions come after you master the song.
I agree. So here's my thought. Classically trained too as well, but even if I threw that out, if you're emotional and off pitch, will it sound good?
Heck no.
It's not going to work. So if you don't have your foundations, it's going to be very hard to execute your ideas. Most of the time I hear from singers, their biggest issue is, I want to sing it like this, but it's not coming out that way. Because they don't have execution because they don't have what? Technique. So we want to give you all an example of how it sounds to sing with emotion, no technique.
Okay.
All right, and a couple examples. All right, Skylar, you ready?
I'm ready to hear these.
Do I need to put this up for
boy
you?
vocals? Oh,
Since
you're
I'm-
good. You're going to go first. You go first.
You want me to go first?
Yes.
All right, so this is, I'm going to sing the same song. We're going to sing the same song multiple times. I'm going to sing it with no technique, purposely singing it without technique, without pitch, and so on. It's going to be so difficult. Whew, here we go. You can do it.
Are you ready for this game?
I'm ready. I won last time. I was born ready.
You didn't have to bring that up. But okay.
Yep.
Since you won, would you like to go first?
No. Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
All
I don't
right.
know if I'm ready.
Okay, fine.
The
fine.
pressure's on
pressure.
for a repeat.
Okay, I shall go. I shall go. Okay. Shoot. Hold on.
It's gonna be hard for her to find one because there's no summer bop.
It's not. This is gonna be easy. I feel. Ugh. I don't know.
Teddy Swims.
What's the name of the song?
Nothing got I lose con.
That was what?
I made it. It don't matter.
What's the
Producer
name of the
wasn't ready.
song?
Oh, lose control.
Oh, okay, that's what we get at. 'Cause
Lose control.
you sing. It's fine. It was 10 seconds.
Oh.
I feel like she sang the whole. Right, she sang the whole.
Lose control.
How about 20 seconds?
That's a lot of time.
Okay, let's do 10.
Um.
She said I'll make it easy for her.
Right. Okay, so she lost.
No, definitely won that one.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
It was not. It was supposed to be.
Y'all
10
don't
seconds.
know whether it was 10 or not.
Yes, we do.
No, you
You sang the
don't.
whole first verse.
30 seconds.
No.
It was. We sang the whole verse.
Because you're just supposed to get this song.
Show the receipt.
Right.
All right. So,
All right, is it 10 seconds?
Yes.
Okay.
so I'll give a hint because I'm bringing from because again, can't find the summer bops. That might have been the summer bop.
But that came out like last year, though.
Did it too?
It did. I sang it in Athens in
Dang.
January. I remember.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. We talked about in the midst of our podcast, this artist came up. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, got it.
Anita Baker. I know it. I just don't know it. What is it? Oh.
Love of my life, you are. I gave her a hint. Friend.
No, that was not.
Love
You know,
of my
we're talking about music.
Someone
We talking about Lizzo. I mentioned Anita Baker. You okay? Fine.
You.
First 10 seconds. Okay.
Just so you know, she loses fair and square because the fact that Rachel gets it
And you got a hint.
and I gave her a hint.
Enough for you. Got it. Okay. All
Wild
right.
work.
Okay.
Brandy, full moon.
Was that in 10 seconds?
I didn't get that one. No, she said it right before a timer. That's the point.
Okay. Because I was like,
So you guys-
I looked up there.
One right now?
Okay. Huh?
Big one and one right now? Because I didn't know that one.
It ain't 1 and 1, y'all.
She lost the first one.
That was
She had to sing the whole song to figure out what I was singing.
She sure did. That was definitely fast.
Okay, great. So it's my turn.
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah, if you don't get this, just Thank you, Rachel.
It's bust your windows out there.
Oh, yeah.
I bust the windows out your
That's crazy because I'm like, oh, that sounds familiar, but it does not register in my brain what it could be. It does not register.
I did
That
try.
is so
Right
funny.
now, you wanna, well,
I'm not good at this game. We need a new game next time.
No, I love this game.
Oh
I
my
want you all to know that
gosh.
she made it up too. So I love
This is
game.
crazy. Okay.
And y'all, I didn't do musical theater. I didn't do jazz standards. You know, because I listened to
She did an artist I
Roberta
sing all the
Flack.
time.
Okay, so
Okay.
Oh, carried me through destination. Mariah Carey, Vision of Love. Yeah.
She didn't get it though. In time, but you got it. I started with I had a vision of love, and it was I love that song.
Now you're up 2-2. Need a tiebreaker?
No, because I won, but sure.
How did she win?
Okay.
She's competitive. I didn't know everybody was so competitive.
No, I'm just joking. You ready?
Oh, A Long Walk.
Yeah.
Oh, take a long. Oh yeah, you stuck
Yeah. What'd you say?
You stuck on that one too.
Okay. She didn't make it.
Okay.
So we're at 3-2.
All right. I need a hand clap when you edit it, okay? Like, congratulations! And then or a round of applause like this.
Okay, Ebony. All right.
All right.
Good job.
Let's get into this letter. This is Pitch Perfect or Nah. So we've got a letter from Ray. She says, hey, pitch please. I've been feeling this pull lately to really start singing and maybe even perform one day. Music's always been a part of my life, but I'm not sure where to start when it comes to actually stepping into it. What advice would you give to someone who's brand new? Like, how do you build confidence, find your sound, get comfortable with sharing it with other people? I'd love to hear your thoughts on taking those first steps and starting the journey. Thanks for all the inspiration you share. It really helps people like me who are trying to figure it out.
I love that question. Thank you, Ray.
Thanks, Ray. Thanks for watching.
I like that. I feel like that's so many people can relate to that. There's so many artists starting their journey every single day. I always like to say, study the people that you feel closest to vocally or that you like. I studied as a songwriter. I studied for that. And then vocally, I studied certain singers. When I grew up, I was studying Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. And then later, I studied Jasmine Sullivan. I just studied artists where I'm like, oh, I like the way they sound. I kind of want to sound like this. Kind of figuring out what your niche is in your voice, what you can do. I think getting a vocal coach, of course, is important. Get one if you don't have one. They will help you in finding what your strong suits are so you can hone in on that, because not everyone's meant to be a growler. Not everyone's meant to sing falsetto. Not everyone is meant to, belt on Broadway. So it just depends on what your voice is and honing in on that so you can thrive in your song choices.
I totally agree. We were talking about this the other day. I was telling Skylar that I'm starting to work on a personal project, but I wanted it to be nice and easy and enjoyable, because I've worked with so many singers, artists, and it's been a lot of pressure to get things done. And I was like, I just want a different experience for myself. And one of the things I said to you was, she asked me, do you songwrite? And I said, I dibble and dabble, but I need to jump more in to it, because I realized that songwriting really allows you to find out who you are and what kind of music you like to sing, and more about your voice. So I feel like that's a hack. Even if you're not extremely good at it, first of all, it's a skill so you can get better. But that's just a way for you to learn about what you like and who you are. Mm-hmm. Another thing is, I think that there's been times where I've wanted to sing certain types of music, like R&B, and I'm like, girl, but you're not really an R&B singer. So a vocal coach really helping you say, hey, these are your strengths. This is what I hear as some of your strengths. How do you feel, what you think? So you can start to lean towards what you naturally do. It's not to discourage you from doing something that might be deep in your heart, because if you really want to sing R&B, hey, it's up to you and your decision. But if you already have this wonderful sultry jazz type of voice and that just comes naturally to you, it's okay to explore some things that you
Yeah.
may not have thought.
Yeah.
And then you got to ask yourself inspiring questions like, why do you want to sing R&B? Is it just because you like Beyonce?
I also think you should ask people around you too,
Yes.
because people hear you differently than you hear yourself.
Absolutely.
So growing up, I thought I had to sing big, like Mariah. I studied Mariah Carey, I studied Christina Aguilera. So I was trying to sound one way. I was trying to sound R&B-ish, and then I went to study classical and I did some jazz, and then I hear from people closest to me, you actually sound really, really good doing jazz music. Like maybe you should lean into that kind of vibe. So I incorporate that into my original music, where it's R&B-ish, but you
definitely
really
soul and
hear
jazz,
my so yeah.
I agree. I agree. Like pulling pieces. Like I've heard for me in particular, like I knew that I had a tendency for jazz, but it's like you could be soulful. Like you got a soulful voice, or I hear classical too sometimes, but bringing those parts in and playing around with a huge thing for learning about how to get started is you've got to get to know yourself. So many people are like searching outside. I saw this person and I want to do this, and I saw this person, I want to sound like this. And and it's like you're grabbing for things instead of just sitting with yourself, recording yourself, learning your voice, learning what you like, what you don't like, getting the feedback. Like you can't surpass the work,
Yeah.
because it's going to come back around where you have a performance and you bomb it. So you can't surpass it, or you get to the studio and you can't execute the song.
Yeah.
Like you can't. There's no way around that.
There is no.
You're gonna
There's
have to walk
hours, and we talked last.
Can't
in the
go over
previous-
it or under it.
right.
Gotta walk through
Gotta
it.
go through it. We talked in the previous episode about the 10,000 hours. Just in perfecting your voice, I think it takes just as much time in perfecting yourself as
Absolutely.
an artist, as a performer. The studying. There are so many times I would literally watch thousands of Whitney Houston videos performing. I would watch full Anita Baker concerts. I just study, because I'm like, how do I want to show up as a performer? That's a whole different thing besides just I've honed it. I'm not a dancer. I did the corporate band stuff, and even in that, I learned, and they helped me figure this out. Like, you're probably best as like a serenader, like a dinner, type vibe. I can, do a two-step, but I'm not a dancer. So with that, when it comes to me performing for my artistry, like for myself with the band, I do my little blocking and stuff. But I have artists that I can relate to that don't dance, like Alicia Keys. She might have a two-step, a little arm gesture, but she's not giving. Ella Mai doesn't dance. There's a lot of artists that does not dance. So I think just also finding who you can relate to in the performance world as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed. And not focusing on what you can't do, but focusing on what you can do.
Yes.
Yeah, what your voice lends to. Like, I just had a singer recently. She has fast vibrato, and she really wanted to learn how to slow down her vibrato. She wanted to slow down her vibrato, which was fine because I want people to have flexibility, diversity. But she sang at an event we just had recently, and one of my friends who's a good singer walked up to me and spoke specifically about her and was like, her vibrato is dope. It's so different. So it's like, if you have something really different about your voice that you're not going to like it because it doesn't sound like everybody else, but that's why you should like it.
Yeah.
So like finding out what is your thing and like,
honing in on it.
Yeah, honing in on
Yeah, that is so true. I feel like a lot of singers do interesting things.
Yeah.
And they don't like the thing that they do. And it's like, but why? It's
right.
you.
And I didn't either though at first. I didn't like the way my voice sounded. Like that's a process you have to go through, but you don't give up on it.
Yeah. I teach a teenager, probably like 16 years old, and she compares herself to Jasmine Sullivan. And I'm like, first of all,
like anytime someone does that, you're like, okay, let me hear you.
We can't. It's like you focusing on like what you can do. And I was like you one day. Like I did not have a big voice, and I still don't have a big voice. I can sing very well classically. I can sing certain ways very big, but I'm not about to be out here like Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah.
I'm not about to be out here growling like Fantasia. And that's just,
takes me a while
I
to
can't
get
do
to that
it.
growl.
I can't do it. And it's okay. I don't,
Yeah.
it's fine. I've accepted like my voice. I can do really great falsetto. I can do really great melismas. I have a nice lyric soprano voice, and I have learned to love that. And I think it goes amazingly with just who you are as a person, just like your body, with who you are, how your personality is. Just learn to love you in all areas.
Agreed. Yeah. So basically, what we're saying, a good way to start is to really start with the self work. In all aspects. And while you're studying others, because there's nothing wrong with that, that should be part of your process in the beginning of studying others. The more you study them, the more you will find out more about you and fall in love with the parts about you. Because if you skip that,
yeah,
you'll be stuck.
Yeah.
Let's get into spirituality and singing.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to keep this into this podcast because I don't know if you can have one without the other. Because it's a phenomenon and it's an art and it's a talent, we know that it's coming from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to believe that it's coming from God. I think Skylar believes the same. So
for sure.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I was listening to something this week about prayers being real or not. Right? And I was listening to I don't know, I think it was Joe Dispenza talking about the importance of prayer. Now, he has more of a metaphysical way of approaching things, but he was literally talking about how prayer will carry you through the day. So it's beyond just religion and indoctrination or whatever, if that's not your thing. It's more about like setting the intention with yourself and with God to carry you through whatever you're doing. So do I think prayer is important? Absolutely. Before you sing. Absolutely. What do you think? And why?
Oh, yeah. I pray on the way. Yeah. I pray on the way. Safe travels, safe delivery of my song, safe vocal cords, doing what they're supposed to do. Yes, absolutely. I believe in prayer. Me and God, we have a real tight relationship.
Yeah. I think too is like if you are creating this idea and this prayer, you're saying it out loud, or you're either just making it clear on your intentions, then you can always lean back on that. Like if you're performing and stuff, at least for me, I'm like, I remember I prayed about this. Like it just builds up strength when you are in a time of like weakness. And when you're performing, it comes in and it, like you gotta like shift quickly. So yeah. I think having that ritual before you sing is important.
Yeah, absolutely. I have my things that I like to do. Even with our karaoke event, I always pray before. In a sense, like I am an artist showing up as an artist, or who I am, and I'm singing on stage, and of course I'm having fun, but it's like I pray for my energy. I pray for how I'm received by people, just to be a positive light, who I like to be outside of just a stage, because there's also the before the stage, how I interact with the band. If I have a band, just making sure everything flows, communication is good. There's a lot of pieces that go to also just performing, the before, the after, making sure it's a good experience. So yeah, God is all up and through that when I'm in those scenes.
And basically, like no matter what you believe, it's important that you set the intention. One of the things that I do before I perform, if it's a big performance, I sing in front of the mirror. So that's my mirror work before I perform. Sometimes it's emotional. Sometimes it comes with tears. Sometimes it's like this whole, vulnerable, naked feeling. But those are the things you've got to push past so you can really show up with vulnerability, because that's the whole point.
Yeah, that is true.
So that's one of the things I do. I just sit in the mirror and I'm like, let's go. I mean, the mirror's right there.
Yeah, I like that. That is
song.
That's deep right there. I'm not as deep. I do warm-ups in the car on the way. I like to do that. I can sing as loud as I want, do my thing. So if I have the windows down, people look at me a little crazy. I drink my throat coat tea to coat my vocal cords. Just kidding. And, I definitely pray on the way. So it's like all like leading up. And if I have like a big show, I prefer not to do anything that day. I like to do a meditation. I like to keep it easy, not eat too much, just take care of my body and my spirit, my mind. So yeah,
love that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, this could be so much fun and so personal to you as you like grow as a performer. So it's like no one's is the same.
Yeah,
and that's really cool.
Yeah, everyone's different. Okay. All right, we're gonna get into the last note.
All right, we made it.
We made it again.
Episode 4.
Ebony, what is your takeaway from this show? We covered a lot.
We
covered a whole lot. Really great topic. Shout out to Rachel. She's our awesome producer.
Yes.
So, what was your takeaway from all the wonderful things we talked about today?
I would say my biggest takeaway is there's a lot of opportunity right now to be an artist, and we have the opportunity to really affect change in a way that was more stifled. So I'm looking at what might seem like what's happening in chaos as major opportunities. Skylar and I were on the phone last night talking about like, oh, wait a minute, there's some opportunity here because we're, pivoting in our businesses and in our artistry, and like there's a lot of space to be the artist you want to be, where there used to be a lot of boxes that needed to be checked. Skinny, light skin, if you are of color, long hair, can't have natural hair, you have to do this kind of music, you need to be young. Like all of that is kind of being dismantled. And so if we reframe how we look at things, I think that it's going to be a beautiful thing.
I like that. And yeah, it's an exciting process we're in with pivoting. I really, really thought that Lizzo video was pretty dope as an artist.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, right. It's the same like that thing. But on the artist side for me, I want to really connect.
Yes.
And I think I connect a lot more as a vocal coach, as a business owner, as we do these events. We do master classes and workshops and different things. And that's great. But I think me as an artist, I really, really want to be an artist. Like I want to not just perform, but also like find my lane and like how should I show up online, how to get people to really become the community. We've built a great community around Vocal Vibe Karaoke, which is awesome. And of course they all support in different ways with our businesses and whatnot. But I think just becoming the artist and figuring out like, okay, what Lizzo's saying, like we have to create this community. What she did with her personal IG or whatever she said, she created her own thing where she connects to it with her fans directly. How can I do that? How can I find the time to do that? And how do I show up in that? Because I feel like I have a persona as a vocal coach, and I'm trying to get out of that and be more of like just the artist and the creative, so people can relate more, I guess. I don't know, but yeah.
No, that makes sense. You want to be the artist who happens to vocal coach,
right? Not the vocal coach that happens to be an artist. Yes, because I was an artist first. I feel like I was always like singer first. That was it. So yeah, I'm rebranding all the aspects of my life right now. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it can be a really fun time. And I was just thinking of you because we're opposite. So I'm definitely the vocal coach who happens to be an artist and like, how can I bring people on that journey to say, hey, this duality is okay, and it's not in a way that's not inauthentic either. That's like, I'm just doing it because I can. It's like, how do I bring people on this journey to say, this is really true to me and something I've always wanted to do.
Yes.
And also I love training people and So
I had a conversation earlier with Anthony, the assistant, about basically for the past couple years, I have in my brain separated Skylar's Music Studio and Skylar Reed. It's always been two completely different things. And now I'm finally like, oh, like I'm the Skylar in Skylar's Music Studio. I'm Skylar Reed. I need to just be one person and not be like, I'm super professional and like over here and I have to be super like on point. And then it's like, but Skylar Reed is not that. Like Skylar Reed is me. Okay. But Skylar Reed, whatever. But I'm quirky, I'm funny, I'm weird, and I feel like there's not a with the studio side of me being a vocal coach, it's like I have to show up a certain way. I have to be the expert. Right. Mm-hmm. And it's like Skylar Reed, she don't know what to do half the time. She doesn't know what to wear. She's trying to figure it out. And I feel like that authenticity is what Lizzo was saying. Like people want to connect and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah, and these entrepreneur streets, sometimes I say entrepreneur streets.
That's a good one.
We don't know what we're doing.
We don't.
Like, and I hope this encourages you. Like, it's literally like, maybe we should do this. Then, you do the research to see if it makes sense. And then you just start putting the pieces together and you get better at it.
Yes. And it's hard showing up like you have it all together all the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like that in my brain with my studio, it's like I always have to show up because in a sense, I'm the expert in singing, mm-hmm. but on the artist side, I'm still developing, I'm still growing and stuff. So yes, I love that.
Yeah, me too. And I'm starting to show up way more authentically because I totally understand that. Yeah. Being, this super professional, and it's like
this podcast is helping. We can just be us.
I'm not super professional, y'all.
We just be here. We just be helping people.
I'm just not. It just ain't the truth. So I'm looking forward to just being more authentic, more consistently, but also, still having that like sacred time.
Yes.
That is,
you gotta keep some things to yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. Okay. That was really good. I need to get it off my chest. Oh gosh.
I'm glad. That was good.
All right. Well, you guys can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Pitch Please Podcast. And of course, if you have any questions for us and you want to submit a letter, email us at hello at the pitch. Email us at hello. Sorry. Email us at hello at Pitch Please Podcast.
Yes. Listen, when we hear from you, we know more of what we need to do and what we want to talk about. So it's really important. And that just goes back to what we were just talking about. Like, this is our podcast as singers. So we want to hear from you.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Y'all have a great one. See you in the next episode.
All right. Peace out, y'all.